Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jacob. I do reactions on this channel. I react to music, I do lots of deep dives, I look into an artist's discography, and then I go, well, usually if I do my Legends series correctly, I start at all of their #1 tracks, and then I go to the debut album, then the music videos, live performances, and tours, then the following album, etc., etc., etc. So that's what I do on this channel, and for the past few months, I have been reacting to Madonna. She has been the legend that I have been reacting to for some time now, and it's definitely been the most interesting time on my channel. I found Madonna fans to be the most passionate so far. I mean, who knows what artists I'll react to next. But when I first started my Madonna deep dive, I started with her #1 tracks, which is what I do for all the artists that I discover on my channel. I react to their #1s on the Billboard Hot 100, the US version, which people have told me is not a good way to start, but alas, it's just what works best for me. When I first posted my reaction to Madonna, I was not expecting the amount of views and the amount of comments that this video was going to get. And just like all of my reaction videos, I was incredibly honest. And the truth hurts sometimes. I did make the mistake of misspeaking, though, which I'll talk about in just a minute. Before we jump into the video, I want to remind you this video is just supposed to be fun, lighthearted. I really like to joke around, and I have a pretty sarcastic sense of humor, dry humor sometimes, and that doesn't always translate well in videos, especially when I'm reacting to music and I make a comment. People think that I'm so freaking serious, but anyways, it's just supposed to be a fun video. If you get offended easily, click out of the video. Again, this is just supposed to be fun. It's not me looking for sympathy either. I'm not looking for you to comment, your videos are my favorite, blah, blah, blah. You can comment that if you like, of course, but that's not what I'm doing with this video. It's seriously just supposed to make you laugh because I love watching these kinds of videos, or even on one of the Jimmy's talk shows, they do celebrity reads mean tweets. I remember just watching so many of these as a youngster growing up watching YouTube, reacting to hate comments, and so I wanted to do it because why the heck not? I also think it's important to note that for every hate comment, there are an abundance of love comments as well. There are so many positive comments. I actually try to include some in this video just for the sake of not beating a dead horse. I don't want you guys to think I'm only focusing on the negative. I did put some positive comments in here, but again, there are an overwhelming amount of positive comments, which I'm so grateful for. But this video is just, again, supposed to be funny. So that's what we're going to try to do today. We'll see how it works out, and let me know if you like videos like this. Also, if you like this video and you want to watch more reaction videos, subscribe to the channel. Give the video a thumbs up. Leave a comment. It could be a hate comment. I don't care. Okay. So we're starting actually from various points in my Madonna journey. First, we're starting with my reaction to her #1 songs, which I mentioned previously. This reaction was incredibly divisive, and I was pretty harsh, and I misspoke. I did remember hearing Lady Gaga say in an interview that Madonna doesn't write her songs, and she does, and I mentioned that in the video, which was a big, big mistake, because I had seen that Madonna didn't write 2 of the songs that I reacted to, and then I kind of stuck that as truth or fact when I shouldn't have. And that's what a lot of these comments are about. Also, this is not anytime I mention any artist, Gaga, if people look at my channel, Mariah, Taylor, etc., all of the comments are negative towards that artist too. Some of the comments are even negative towards Madonna. Everybody is receiving the hate comments today. We're going to go ahead and get started. I'm just going to read a few. Maybe I'll talk more about some, but here we go. I rolled my eyes so hard when he only recognized the Like a Prayer from Deadpool. I was expecting that to be H. Sorry, I had never heard it before. This is why a Swiftie isn't the right person to judge Madonna or give an opinion, and I'm only in Who's That Girl. Madonna writes and produces her music. Furthermore, she's the best performers in history. She invented the eras when no one know a thing about reinvention. Valid. So glad I decided to take a glance at the comments before I watched this video. I'll pass. I think it's so funny that somebody took the time to comment on a video they didn't watch. Interesting. Your generation's lack of attention span is showing. There are so many comments about my TikTok brain, which is just kind of my brand on this channel. If you didn't know, I love feeding into it too. Be ready to be read. They are coming for you. Let's put it this way. You don't know Madonna's history. True. That's why I was reacting to her songs for the first time. So I initially liked the video, but then after watching it, I had to retract my like. I could be wrong, but to me, it felt like you were intentionally not wanting to like the music, and then it made sense after I realized you were a Taylor Swift fan. One thing you will find with Madonna is she does not create music just to create because she wants a #1 hit, especially in her later work. I'm getting the sense that you like the more manufactured tones, like just the real poppy, catchy type hits. Nothing wrong that, but if that is the case, I can assure you, you will not like most of Madonna's work. Another interesting take, because Madonna has 12 #1s, like she has no shortage of #1 hits. Taylor Swift, I think, has 13 at this point, but lately she releases one single from an album and the rest of the album is not that. Whatever, it's their opinion. When you said you were curious if all her music was this sort of dreamy pop, I spit out my coffee. This is funny because this comment was left today. Like, I still get comments on this video. How old are you? 6 years old. Madonna is the queen of pop, the best-selling female of all time, the ultimate pop icon ever. ... 6 years old. I look a little older than that, surely. These are some replies to that comment. He's probably about 20. Why should he know much about Madonna? She is what you grew up with and what I grew up with. For him, it's like your parents asking you to explain the history and music of Frank Sinatra. You wouldn't know. Somebody else responded, growing up in the UK in the 70s and 80s, there were 2 national radio stations and 1 local one, and those were the only places we learned about music. But we did hear significant songs and artists from the Western English-speaking world since recorded music started. Being young seems like a poor excuse, maybe. They responded again, what is wrong with you people? He doesn't have to have an excuse. He's very young. Current stations don't play Madonna anymore. He's growing up in a time where people don't listen to the radio. They stream music and they're presented with music that's current and new every day because they have so many ways to obtain music. It's not surprising at all that he doesn't know anything about Madonna or Cyndi Lauper or George Michael. Why should he? When you were a teenager, how much did you know about Frank Sinatra and Elvis Presley? I think this person is defending me, so shout out to them. However, they did say he's probably about 20 and I am 27, so I'll take it, but thank you for your next comment. First off, you can't judge her from what she was only popular in the USA. She has 21 #1s in Canada too, 13 in UK, 25 in Spain. She's global. You need to take a step back and react to albums. I think when you said Gaga, that's where it felt you were coming from. Madonna writes her own music. If you're gonna react, do it right. It's like you tell me your favorite food is burgers, and then I say I've never tried them, so I go to McDonald's, since it's the most well-known, try it, it's very mid. Then write off burgers. There's others out there. This was a fair comment, actually. Like, judging an artist based on their #1s is not the way to do it, and that's, again, not the point of the series. The point of the series is just to get a taste of what their music is like, and for Madonna, she had a lot of #1 hits. I wasn't going to do 50 songs like this person suggested with Canada's #1s, UK and Spain's. It was just supposed to be an introduction, and then I was going to do the discography series, which I always do. I hate when you compare Madonna to the wannabe Lady Gaga. Okay, I was patient until Take a Bow, but then you proved Madonna is for listeners above IQ 80. That got 105 likes. Well, if you like Taylor Swift, we already know that there is no such thing as good musical taste. This guy is listening to these Madonna songs for the first time ever, as much as I'm breathing oxygen for the first time, as much as I'm breathing oxygen for the first time. And people fall for it. Facepalm emoji. I promise you, I can never react to something that I've already listened to. Imagine pretending to not know it's mindless. And you don't get paid from YouTube views, which we'll address more later. But I don't know why anyone would do this. However, it has been known that reactors do this. So I understand where they're coming from too. There are a lot of people who fake reactions. I don't. Screw young Gen Z wanting short 2-minute songs. The ADHD generation. This one's funny. Another Gen Z with no taste in pop music. Next, weird. The legends you mentioned really have no growth musically except maybe Michael. If you've heard one Mariah, Whitney, Celine, or Boyz II Men song, you've heard them all. They're all exactly the same. They never try anything out of their wheelhouse, but everyone is entitled to their opinion. This is funny because I disagree. I think a lot of these artists have a lot of different things, but they weren't the number one hits that everyone knows. I have reacted to Mariah's entire discography, and she does vary between different genres and such. So I think that's an interesting take. Younger people are so conditioned to only want to sit through 2 minutes of a song. Talk about nothing burger. I did say that one of the songs was like a nothing burger in this reaction. I said, I listened to the whole song. It's cut for YouTube because of copyright. I think this person didn't understand why a video cuts in a YouTube reaction. Anyways, I did respond to that one. This guy is so clueless on how Madonna's music and videos has had such an influence, and his remarks about Vogue makes all his comments have zero merit. I am so not impressed with his lack of why all these songs were number ones. He was so empty-headed on Just Find My Love. Watching the video lets you know that is why it went to number one. Also, his remarks on Open Your Heart were so stupid. It is a fan favorite. Obviously, he has not seen any of her Celebration tour, and he is now mega ignorant on This Used to Be My Playground from A League of Your Own movie. It is such a beautiful song with emotions. I can't listen to him anymore. He doesn't know what he is talking about. And today's music lacks so much. Most just isn't interesting, and it all sounds so much alike. Taylor Swift is good, but overall, most of her music is mediocre. Madonna is the biggest selling female artist of all time for a reason. This guy is the worst ever for reaction to songs he's never heard. Madonna has written a lot of her own songs or co-wrote them. For me, this guy doesn't know good music. This one was just funny. Like, I don't really have a response to it. Sorry, but your reaction was very word salady and nothing burger. I thought this one was funny. Now that you've heard the songs that the record companies wanted her to release, would you be interested in 12 songs that actually represent her as an artist? I think this is also such an interesting take because yes, while the record label definitely pushed for these songs to be released as the singles, they were still written by and performed by Madonna. So like, why are we dragging Madonna for this as well, you know? This reaction is ridiculous. The younger generation is so annoying. True. Boy bye, Madonna writes her own music. I can't believe the number of people who viewed this. I certainly didn't. But the fact that you typed out a comment is what really gets me. You altered my attention span. Madonna literally begging for someone to not really know much about her. Come on, cutie pie. I don't even know what this really is supposed to mean, except for I think they're implying that Madonna is known by everyone and she wants someone to not know her, so they'll treat her like a normal person. I'm not really sure. Hi. Don't usually comment to privileged, ignorant newbies, but felt compelled to share some facts and information you need to be aware of before you react to something with minimal research and residual knowledge. First of all, she's dealt with critics like you her entire career. For instance, you only listen to her number one songs, which is an amateur mistake. In order to understand a musical artist, you need to familiarize yourself with their entire body of work. You've only experienced a microcosm of her artistry. Number one songs are songs that all fans, especially the simple-minded ones, listen to and purchase for a brief period of time. True artists have staying power and keep their fans' attention for a long period of time. Madonna has many different styles and techniques, both musically and vocally. You sound like such an immature, selfish, and bratty child. Despite your denials, you are mean, judgmental, and dismissive. I'm absolutely not a fan of your uninformed reaction. By the way, she plays drums, guitar, and piano. She's a songwriter, by the way. Once again, do a little research before you crucify an artist in a reaction. It says so much more about you than the artist. Again, completely valid. I did kind of tear Madonna apart in this reaction. However, I did like six, seven of the 12 songs I listened to. So there was a point in the video where I sort of lose interest and then bash her a bit, but whatever. Willing to bet this video has more dislikes than likes, LOL. Which I took a screenshot for you guys of how many likes and dislikes the video has to show. I'll show you in just a minute here. I don't believe for a second he hasn't heard Madonna. I think that is complete BS. Again, I would never fake a reaction for views. What rock have you been living under? You might want to crawl back under. Jacob is so clever. I responded, this comment section is filled with hate, so I don't know if this is sarcastic or not. I know it was sarcastic, by the way. Wow. I enjoyed the first few minutes of this reaction, but it really went off the rails fast. I get that Gen Z can't handle songs over 2 minutes, but 4 to 5 minutes was normal in the 80s and 90s. And no substance? Live to Tell alone has more substance than most of the other artists you mentioned in this video. The second verse of Take a Bow makes perfect sense. Open the schools, lol. And if Justify My Love is the weirdest song you've ever heard, might I suggest listening to more music? Sorry, I honestly didn't expect to leave a post, a comment, let alone a negative one, because everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But yikes. I love the but yikes. Some people just miss the cool mark. I love the simple, clever ones. Since you don't really get Madonna, then please just move on instead of enraging Madonna fans anymore with reactions like this. I can assure you, it's doubtful the masses of Madonna fans will ever want to pursue further Madonna content from you. Just saying, as I don't think or expect anything but more criticism from you going forward. I responded, my purpose is not to enrage Madonna fans. I'm giving honest reactions to the music, then learning from the comments. If my reaction was negative, nobody has to agree. Would everyone rather I make up a positive reaction? I don't get why people aren't allowed to have opinions. I definitely missed the mark by saying Madonna doesn't write her own songs, still paying the price for it today. Although she didn't write several of the ones I reacted to, so how was I to know? But now I know. That's the point of this series, to learn as I go and give honest reactions. Again, this is just a reaction channel. It's not like commentary really, or I don't know, it's just my opinion. What is up with reactors with very short attention span? Anything longer than 3 minutes is too much. It's like watching a movie totally skipping through the beginning and going straight to the middle and ending. I don't skip any part of the song except for like I cut it in a YouTube video. Again, that's for copyright reasons. So uneducated, uninformed reviewer I think I've ever watched. OMG bro, I appreciate you giving your honest opinion, warts and all, but to call massive, critically acclaimed songs like Live to Tell, Like a Prayer, Vogue, Take a Bow, Nothing Burgers, lyrically, yet cite Mariah Carey as a songwriter, bro. Madonna's lyrics, melodies, bridges, production is heads and tails above Mariah. Madonna's lyrics are in another universe. But props for not telling us what you think we want to hear. She isn't for you. No worries. We all have different tastes. Madonna's music is critically acclaimed. This isn't an opinion, far above Mariah Carey. It is an opinion. People saw that I did a Mariah Carey reaction series. Same format that I did the Madonna one. I reacted to her number ones, and then I went from the beginning album all the way through. And by the way, there were many hate comments on there too, because I was honest in those reactions as well. People just saw the thumbnails and assumed that I love every single thing that I reacted to from Mariah. I don't, and I didn't. I was very honest in those reactions too. I don't think you have enough expertise to do critiques. And how come you heard for the first time the word bourgeoisie? Get educated. I said, these are just reactions, not critiques. It's true. Bourgeoisie, how often do you hear that in modern American English language? OMG, please don't react to Madonna again. You're an insult to her legacy. Big spawn emoji. I'm sorry I gave you a view. Laughing crying face. This I thought was funny. Justify that hairdo. ... Jacob. You lost me on this video. Sorry. Bye. Jacob's lack of musical knowledge and his weak, disappointing taste levels are very problematic. Problematic is crazy, but your commentary is very shallow, but it's normal. When I was in my 20s, I said terribly shallow things about masterpieces of the past as well. Ha 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 ha. This kid's video is just bull. He intentionally didn't want to like her music. So many signs. It's so obvious. Again, I don't get why people think I'm purposefully hating or rage baiting. I genuinely would get more love and more subscribers and more money if I said I loved Madonna and I loved every single song that was on an album. Like, seriously. I think 7 suck as a reactor. I think there was some issues with the keyboard here, but I think it's still say, I think you suck as a reactor. This has got to be a joke. You cut out every climax of everything, something you clearly know nothing about. You have 43 minutes, yet cut out the best parts and complain about repetitive choruses. Are you like Amish or something? Sheltered? This was a favorite, for sure. It is so freaking funny. I'm sure Madonna isn't going to lose sleep over your reaction to her sings. You know nothing. I know that Madonna is not losing sleep over my reactions. You don't know nothing about Madonna. I responded, exactly. That's why I'm reacting. That's the whole point of the series, guys. I just feel sad for you. Really. Wow, this is probably the worst reaction video I've ever watched from Madonna. Respect your honesty, but not the lack of meaning. Your comments seem very repetitive and boring. I especially like when you say, yeah, didn't like this so much. Make sure to subscribe. Haha, no. She's a songwriter and you know nothing about music. Try reviewing something you know about. Word salad. Kamala Harris. Not M. Don't fully understand this one either. I think they're implying that Kamala Harris speaks in word salad and Madonna doesn't, but I'm not sure. Why did I waste my time on this? I was bored by your comments from the beginning. She's a legend. Aside, your comments for music has broke boundaries. You sound so spoiled. Ugh, please either get educated on Madonna or leave her alone. I think it's funny when people are like, get educated or do your research, blah, blah, blah. That's the whole point of the series. I'm not going to Google songs and music videos and albums before I react to them. That defeats the purpose of reacting to them. You're too picky. Does one have to be that expressive? 10 words for 10 different facial expressions? Very, very distracting. I make a lot of facial expressions when I'm reacting. Sorry. Do us a favor, forget about Madonna. Your reaction is just annoying and offends her artistic legacy. The guy fought no taste. No wonder the view count is low. You are not qualified to comment on Madonna's music. Much more eclectic, diverse, and original than that of Mariah Carey's. Or as we call it here, I think this is racially motivated and racist. So I'm not going to say it, but yeah, this is just another day in the comment sections of YouTube videos. You are so ignorant. Okay, and finally, from this video, here are the likes and dislikes, which, by the way, I got more likes than I did dislikes. Sorry. And 821 comments. That's crazy. Most were negative. Okay, so that was my first reaction to Madonna, my introduction. I was really nervous to react to more music because I had never received so many hate comments in my life. After the hate sort of died down, I finally dove into her debut album because I was like, I'm not going to let fans or stans ruin my experience with an artist that I could potentially like. So I went into her debut album again. Unbiased. I don't let the comments from haters influence my opinion of Madonna or her music or her artistry. I know that these are just people who haven't seen the blue sky or the green grass in a few days. So then we move on to her debut album, which I was quite positive about. I really enjoyed. I did make comments about the song length, which will probably be addressed here in the comments, but most comments on this video were extremely positive. Some people said they loved me, they loved the video, they subscribed, etc. So here are just a few of the comments that I screenshotted. And this is supposed to show that when I like something Madonna does, the comments are all positive, and when I don't, the comments are very negative. And it's just like kind of proves my point that if I wanted the likes and subs and comments and money and all that stuff, I would just say only positive things. But the point of this is to also show that I'm an honest reactor. Okay, so this was on the debut reaction. It's actually super cute to see you giving Madonna a second chance. Definitely subscribing after this. Like, the change in tone is crazy. I honestly do not understand why do people pay attention? I mean, who are you? Zero. Don't even fully get this one, but it's hilarious. You're so handsome. When you do better, I will watch. That was funny. I can't watch this right now, but I am watching you. Haha, JK. I'm a little scared. Ooh, this drama club hanger-on just doesn't have ears developed enough to get it. Stay quippy and glib. Works for you. Drama club hanger-on is crazy. I was never in a drama club. I don't know what this means, really. It sounds like a comment from a drama club hanger-on, I guess. But I actually took the stay quippy and glib as a compliment, so I will. I did have to Google what those words meant. Glib? Never heard that before. Stop saying production. Come to the studio with me. Do you believe in air travel? Along with the hate comments, I get a lot of very weird and boundary stepping over. Very weird and strange comments like this one. Stop saying production. Come to the studio with me. Do you believe in air travel? These are like 3 different thoughts. I liked when you got up and danced at the end, but you're so wrong about all of this. It was still fun to watch though. Okay, I love comments like this. Okay, they were complimentary, and they also said, you're so wrong. Okay, that's valid. I actually think that's fine. I mean, you don't have to be complimentary either, but I at least entertained, which is the goal of the video. Most reactions on your previous video were based on the fact that you made assumptions about her based on what you heard about her, which were all easily refuted and just wrong. If you going into a discovery journey into an artist you clearly know nothing about, try to keep a more open mind. Simply react as you go along, but keep the supposed facts you heard about her to yourself. That'll help you immensely in the future. While indeed not everything is for everyone, making disparaging remarks and discrediting her based on hearsay, not a good look. Have fun on your journey. I actually agree with this comment. I shouldn't have let what Lady Gaga, me blaming everything on Lady Gaga, I shouldn't have let what Gaga said about her songwriting, like, I shouldn't have said it as fact, so I apologize for that. Dude, her songs are timeless, you're weird, lol. Dude should take a Valium before reacting to albums, which I googled what that was because I also didn't know what it was because I'm Amish, and it's a muscle relaxer. So I guess this is another comment about my facial expressions. Buckle up, this one is long, but it's funny. Can you take honest feedback? From my other account, I posted before, but going back and listening again and reading the comments, I have this to say. You absolutely don't have to like Madonna, think she's anything special, and you have some valid criticisms. Every artist has their detractors. That said, let's dive into your comments from both reaction videos. First, you say she isn't a songwriter in Mariah Carey's league, which, by the way, I never said. There isn't a critic in the world who would say Mariah Carey is a better songwriter than Madonna. Musicality-wise, Madonna is heads and shoulders above her. The book, Like an Icon, by respected music journalist Lucy O'Brien, interviews dozens and dozens of the best songwriters and musicians in the world. They effusively praise Madonna's musicality, her songwriting, her producing, her ear for music. They call her one of the greatest musicians of all time. Every time Rolling Stone polls hundreds of artists to rank the greatest musicians, not performers, musicians, of all time, Madonna is usually the top female and very high on the list overall. Also, you were very passive-aggressive and aren't a great actor. You know who wrote what song when you were commenting, yet you only praise the lyrics of songs you know she didn't write, which are very bit as long and have as much repetitions as the ones she did write. You completely ignore her songs she wrote with deep lyrics, From the Critics' Mouths Not Mine, Live to Tell, or Like a Prayer, which, by the way, I love that song. You flippantly said you aren't sure what she's singing about, which you'd be the first to not get some type of trauma. You completely and honestly, unforgivably bungled the interpretation of Take a Bow. It's an expertly written song and makes perfect sense to everyone who has heard it. I've never once heard anyone say it's word salad. JFC. That's very telling about your motives. You keep going on about production, likely unaware she had a huge hand in the production, and her co-writers agree. David Foster, one of the biggest songwriters of all time, said the only artist who deserved a producing credit he worked with was Madonna. Furthermore, you act like you've never heard some of her songs. Bro, you aren't a great actor, like I said. And the whole thing about Deadpool and Like a Prayer was painful. Every single person who saw that movie would 100% recognize Like a Prayer if they heard it after watching the movie, but you seem to try to paint a picture that Madonna isn't well known to the young. I'm probably slightly older than you. I think you are down low hater, but that's okay. Again, you have some very valid points, good and bad. Just don't try to snow us over about your objectivity. I think your aim is to take well-placed digs at her while maintaining that you don't have an agenda. You do. Hate her, love her, don't care about her. I'm good with whatever. But I think some of the criticism you are getting, some of the hate, is because others see what I see. Anyway, looking forward to more reactions. Like, leaving a novel in my comments about how you think I'm acting and faking a reaction and then saying, looking forward to more reactions. Madonna Queen, you're another who wants to get attention. Your audio is so poor and amateurish, I couldn't tolerate the poor quality for more than a few seconds. If you are a serious reactor, you must increase your volume and audio quality. This sounds cheap and amateurish. You need more power and quality to be considered a serious reactor. Someone responded, there's absolutely nothing wrong with the audio here, which I thought was funny, but I did update my audio because they're kind of right. But funny nonetheless. Okay, so these were mostly like the only hate comments on my reaction to her debut album. Everything else was praise. I'm not kidding you. It went from the biggest Madonna hater in the world to We love him. He's so funny. He's so cute. He's so handsome. He's so awesome. Subscribed overnight from me just saying positive things. Again, completely unbiased and honest. I just love the album and people respond to that positively. Okay, then I just took some screenshots throughout the next maybe 10, 15 videos of Madonna's on my channel. There are so many now. And I've grown to love so much of Madonna's music and appreciate her as an artist. This video isn't really about Madonna specifically. It's more about the comments, so that's what I'm going to keep it to. But I've just screenshotted some notable comments throughout those 10, 15 videos. Again, most of the comments are positive. Keep that in mind. I only screenshotted notable ones, whether they're funny, mean, or nice, or creepy. This one is hilarious. This is a compliment. Your face is like abstract art that fascinates me. I can't help but stare and observe. Sorry if that sounds creepy, lol, but it is a compliment. I'm sorry that you've received so much negativity for your early reactions. Strap on, because it's going to be a bumpy ride. I appreciate your honesty in spite of how it makes me feel. Keep going and get up again, over and over. Okay, this one is actually a very nice compliment, but the comment about my face is really funny. There are a lot of very creepy comments, the borderline sexual harassment on some of my videos, which I screenshotted some of them. But this one I think is mostly funny and creative for sure. Please never sing, noted. I'm hoping you read all the comments, Jacob. I do. Good boy. This is where we get into creepy territory. Sugar pie honey bunch. That's it. That's the comment. Oh, also I want you to note most of the negative comments on my first video that I posted were all from people who've gone back and commented other times. I was noticing and recognizing so many names and profile pictures when I was reviewing all the comments. And by the way, they were negative comments saying, I'm never going to watch your videos again. In the next video, they comment again. It's really interesting. Dude, I do think that your heredity in your DNA kit is special. In my own imagination, I see you having derived from a prince, from both British as well as perhaps French. You seem cherubic. This is shameful. What a nerve. Publishes a 1-hour video supposedly talking entire Madonna album. All he does is present it for 2 seconds, and the rest of the whole hour, the very narcissistic shows his wimpy face while all the songs are playing. Sorry, have you ever watched a reaction video before? More Janet, please. I think you actually get her sense of humor, which is present in a lot of her work. Yes, thank you. He is entitled to his wrong opinion. Get the heck out of here, silly boy. Go listen to Taylor. Okay, I will. Remember your first video? Do you understand now? Yes, I do understand now. This guy has the same eyebrows, eyelashes, and eyes, color and all, as Madonna. Do you guys think Madonna and I look like? I've gotten that comment actually quite a lot. Somebody responded to that comment and said, yeah, she does look pretty manly. Again, there's Madonna hate comments on here as well. I'm not laughing because I agree. By the way, I just thought it was funny that somebody started to hate on the video about Madonna. Why would you have the screen of your bigger than the screen of her? Again, it is a reaction video. I don't get this. Was like on my reaction to Blonde Ambition tour. Why not go watch the Blonde Ambition tour without somebody reacting to it if you want to see the screen so big? Are we witnessing Jacob turning into a Madonna fan? Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. And fans should be critical. I love how you sing but don't know the words. So cute. I reacted in the crowd. Okay, that was a subtle flex. You're so late about Blonde Ambition tour, lol. About 30 years late. Worst reaction. Who want to see your mugshot when you're supposedly showing her video? I'm not showing her video, I'm reacting to it. Not a Swiftie saying Madonna's melodies are not catchy. Also the same person who says the boring and generic mayhem is pop perfection. I think it's funny that Madonna fans hate on Lady Gaga so much, but they watch my mayhem reaction video. Why? It's so difficult anymore to know the difference between rage bait and Gen Z trying to think. Maybe the two are meant to be one. Again, I'm not rage baiting, it's just how I feel. You know nothing, Jon Snow. Deeper and deeper is everything. Jon Snow, I believe, is from Game of Thrones. Do I look like him? I'm not sure. I love Bye Bye Baby so much. The performance on the girly show is one of my favorites. Also, keep it real in your reactions. We can take it. See, this is what I mean. There's a lot of positive comments, and I just wanted to share with you as well. TikTok Brain, Waiting is a wonderful song. Yeah, TikTok Brain, again, is more like an inside joke between my subscribers and me, but I don't know if this person was making fun of me or not. You're probably one of my favorite reactors on YouTube because you're spontaneous, humble, natural, and unbiased. And you're so cute when you're reacting to Madonna's talking about sex. Ah ha 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 ha. Thank you. You just don't like Madonna. Face it. This was like on my 5th Madonna video when I was saying I loved Madonna. I never get the impression that you actually like music. The tension between you and the duration. This is one of my Hall of Famer comments. I think it's so freaking funny because it's kind of true. Sorry, I have a TikTok brain. Lol. Good luck listening to Ray of Light with that TikTok brain of yours. Which, by the way, I loved. His truth is always dumb. I don't always agree with your takes on Madonna's catalog. Example, Deeper and Deeper is a stone cold classic, but you are seriously delicious. Again, weird. You were way off, but it's all good. I love this comment. Okay, but you kind of look like Madonna's son, Rocco. Do you guys think I look like Rocco? I don't really know what Rocco looks like. I'll put a picture of him. You're too young. You are too young for Madonna. I think it's hilarious they spelled everything like this, but they're saying I'm too young for Madonna. Gen Zers, eye rolling emoji. This guy doesn't look very likable and sound fake just using Madonna's fans. I want you to be honest and you need to be. Don't stop that. But after not liking Deeper and Deeper, I have to stop. It's a question of taste at that point. Hope you enjoy the rest. I actually thought this comment was funny. They just think I have bad taste, which valid to think. This guy is so vanilla. Seriously. Boring in this reaction. I don't know if it's because he's maybe too young to understand or get it. I don't know. So vanilla. Why do you whisper to the word sex? It's so stupid. Ugh. If you don't want people to judge your first reaction, just don't post it. Valid. He can't sing along. Does he sing along to Sia, Celine, Adele? I highly doubt it. At least not sing along in the correct key. God forbid I try to have some fun. Don't quit your day job. I think this one's funny too. Because I'm not. How much vodka was in that beverage? Def a good way to listen to this album. You need to be loose to really get into the vibes. The funny thing is I was drinking like a sparkling water. No alcohol was consumed. Still no Madonna poster on your wall. Bad boy. Again, weird. Never apologize for singing. Thank you. I'm having a hard time finding your reaction to this to be genuine. You can see that you are anticipating something a few seconds before it happens, which indicates you've listened to this beforehand. So it's not really a first reaction. You also use terms like production, and talk about a melody bridge when it's not relevant to that moments in the song. Call it what it is. I think it's just you batting those beautiful eyes for an hour, but at least you're getting paid. Batting those beautiful eyes. I like how they put in like a subtle compliment while they're bashing me. I'll take it. Should I bat them and get more? The funny thing is I don't get paid. I mean, okay, Patreon, I do get paid. Thank you for my supporters on Patreon. But posting these on YouTube, I get $0. Whitney got emotion. Okay, I was complimenting Whitney Houston's vocals and Madonna's vocals and comparing them, saying Whitney conveys such an emotion when she sings and Madonna does too. This person commented, Whitney got emotions with cocaine. Not cool. Please do not sing. You can hit the notes, but your voice is truly scraping. Just don't go out of your way to sing, please. I'm being kind, really. Just don't, honey. I'm here just for the eyes. So many comments about my eyes. Thank you guys. I just discovered your channel yesterday and I ended up binging your Madonna videos for 7 hours. These are the comments I love. Thank you. I am loving your happy boy look listening to this album as someone who's just got a new toy. Ha 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 ha. This comment feels extremely predatory. You are definitely the best Madonna reactor on YouTube. We really appreciate her artistry and we love you for that. Thank you. Watching you react to Skin just gave me will to live through all the crap life throws me at the moment. Keep up the amazing work, man. See, like I said, there are like 10 positive comments for every negative comment, especially as we got further in Madonna's journey. So I'm including some of them here. This is just supposed to be fun, lighthearted, okay? I love Paradise, not for me, but I'm not surprised TikTok Brain didn't feel it. Maybe a few more plays and he'll understand the genius of that song. So my nickname is just TikTok Brain as my name. I'll take it. I was a Madonna fan, but at her age, she needs to just retire with grace. She tries to remain relevant, but Can't or won't, and it's sad to see. This is messed up to say, especially as a Madonna fan. Boo Boo here is going to hear the first track of American Life and not know what the F to think, LMAO. True. What a dumb take and horrible review. When I initially reacted to Madonna, there was so much hate. And then, as I've gone on to love and appreciate Madonna's artistry, I've gotten so much love. But then I reacted to her American Life album, and I didn't love it. And I was honest with that. Just like I am in all my videos. And people were pissed. I got so much hate. Almost every comment on the video is a negative comment. So we're just going to read through a few, okay? Jacob's taste is just very vanilla. He's a, I don't want anything too weird kind of guy. He does not avoid the cliche. He likes it when music stations always play the same song. He states at the very beginning, with no hint of irony, that he doesn't really like it when artists experiment. I don't remember saying that. This guy didn't understand any of the lyrics. Ha 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 ha. What gets on people's nerves is how you often state your personal opinion as fact, which is what irks people. Calling things, this is garbage, this is not good, this is a horrible song, sounds way more abrasive than saying, I don't like this sound, or this is not my thing. Do with that what you want, opinions are opinions. This album was way ahead of its time when it was released and took many people some getting used to and ended up in a lot of people's top Madonna album lists. It also influenced production styles in pop music from that point on. You should listen to this album when you grow up. This was clever. You know what I realized while watching it? Even Madonna's worst acoustic album is far superior to Taylor's generic and tasteless stuff. It's far superior. That got 115 likes. It tanked. Taylor Swift is bad music. This guy literally has no clue. If you enjoy listening to Taylor Swift, probably you don't have the ability to enjoy this art. You are very basic and vanilla. It's clear to see you like more generic, radio-friendly, recycled music and artists. This album is a masterpiece. It's different, experimental, and it gives a middle finger to the music industry. You have to be mature and not a sheep to understand this album. Oh, this is a really creative comment. Just bring the glass to their nose, then taste it on their palate for a few seconds and swallow. Sommeliers know the context. I think that's how you say that. Know the context of a particular grape's harvest year, whether it was hot or hailed in a particular year, whether it was in La Roya or California. A sommelier will have trained their palate and taste for years. A singer's discography goes through different stages of harvest, and young people today have easy access to that material and are tempted to devour and judge, from the glow of youth, the musical production and technology, and especially the biography of an author in a couple of hours. In many cases, there are people who easily say, this is very strange, I don't like it, I hate this, emoticons. Children who would spit out a good wine without being forced to try it. Children listening to an artist 3 times their age, judging an adult for not being what they pretend an adult should be, while drinking soda. Because I had a Diet Coke in the video. This was one of the most creative comments I had ever read. You're so basic that it hurts. You're too basic to understand this masterpiece. So funny. This reaction was so unenjoyable, I couldn't even make it to the end. The issue isn't that he dislikes the album, the issue is that he's very immature with his comments and delivery. He's talked to us like we're his teen friends hanging out in his room, and we're not. It's so funny to watch bad taste people react to good taste music. We get it, you didn't like the album, but to call it garbage, it's a bit much. Anyway, watch the live version of Hollywood on MTV. That's a real iconic moment in pop culture. Edit. I've been watching other YouTubers reacting to Madonna, from her first album to this album, so I can get a wider idea of other people's perception, and let me tell you, a young black guy, I think he's in his second year of college, a white guy that works in the music scene, 30 years old, they all have different reactions to Madonna's albums. Somehow, Jacob comes across as this white, entitled male version of Karen. He could have rephrased his comments better, but his reaction is more like a spoiled brat kinda expected. Oh well. Probably he does all this just for clicks, which he gets. These lyrics are exactly for people like you. This album was definitely made for you. You're sounding very ignorant. You missed the whole point of this album. She wasn't experimenting with anything. Everything Madonna does is very intentional. You are a too traditional poppy bubblegum guy. Too experimental for you. Thumbs down to this reaction. You understand nothing. Next. This is why I have not subscribed yet to your channel. The way you react is very, very annoying. Don't forget he's a Taylor Swift fan, so lol. He is a fan of mediocre in general. He does not like Madonna at all and making videos only for throwing shade on her at all times. Keep in mind, I've done nothing but praise her for the past 9 albums because I loved all of them. Honestly, your reactions are so much better and funny to watch when you hate a song than when you love them. Cracks me up every time. This is a comment I get down to. Thank you. This was your best and funniest review. See, the comments are so split. It's just opinion again. One of her best, but I understand you gag with new Mariah songs, which by the way I didn't gag for. You can watch my reaction. It's not the case. Brutal reaction. Love how honest and emotional you got. Never heard that song Ecstatic Process. I thought this comment was exactly a perfect description of my reaction. It was brutal, but honest and emotional. It's true. I almost cried at one point. Easily solved. Unsubscribe. This is what I mean by if I was rage baiting and doing this for clicks and subscribers and all that, I would be only saying positive stuff. Do you see how many people unsubscribe from this? Doesn't take a brain surgeon to know you would hate it, I guess, right. I love this album even more as years have gone by. Hey, the world is made up of many people. We can't all like the same stuff. Agreed. This is my fave Madonna album, and I'm not offended one bit that he didn't like it. Thank you. And who is this tasteless critic? Why is everyone so pressed? I love this album, but damn, y'all should let him express himself. Just say that you only want Michael Stan's views. This is implying that Madonna stans are going to stop watching my videos, and I'm only going to get Michael's Stan's views. You went against the group think. Naughty. Don't you realize you're meant to worship Madonna even when she puts out crap? I love M. I'll pass here. Hope you enjoyed it. There are only 3 songs I was obsessed with. Have a good Dr. Seuss day. I'm confused by this comment. It's all over the place. I really appreciate that you were so respectful to this art and that you try to find some good aspects of it or question what intention Madonna could have had in mind, even if you didn't like it at all, and being very honest about it. It's not common for reaction channels. Thank you again. See, this is what I don't get. Some people compliment me for analyzing and reviewing why Madonna wrote what she wrote or whatever, and then some people say I didn't do any of that at all. So I'm like confused, especially because I don't rewatch my reaction videos. Like that would be weird. So it's just, I don't know. Stop reaction to Madonna, please, because you really don't get her. Go back to Gaga and Swift and their generic fake pop acts. People, this dude is a hater, that's it. You cannot say this is garbage, this is horrible. You can say for yourself if it doesn't like you. American Life is a legacy, a real indie and progressive album. Never send him money again. That's only why he reacts to Madonna. Even trying hang on her. I don't even know what that means. I'm done with this little monster channel. I have like maybe 3 Lady Gaga videos on my YouTube and literally 20 Madonna. Even after all these years, it's still an unenjoyable album. Thankfully, Confessions is a refreshing palate cleanser after this mess. I'm so excited for Confessions, coming soon. Jacob, keep reacting to Madonna and continue keeping it real. Some may call you TikTok brain, some may call you worse things, but that's okay. Just use Madonna's own words against them. Why should I care what YouTube thinks of me? Won't let random boomers give me social disease. Bars. All the stans in the comments freaking out because someone has a different opinion on a Madonna album to them. I've been a Madonna fan and collector since 1983, and there's many songs and album choices I've not agreed with. I'd rather see Jacob give his honest opinion over some hyped up queen living their best life in every reaction video. Are you a Virgo? No, I'm a Libra. You're awesome. Thank you. Her worst album is Madam X. Hate this album and hate American Life too. Someone responded, Madam X is amazing. So it just goes to show that there are always going to be different opinions. And again, the whole point of this video is just to mostly laugh. Like, some of these comments are hilarious. God, there must be some crazy fire or something. The purpose of this video is not to focus on the hate comments, and I really don't. I do read them, and sometimes I respond, and sometimes I mention them in the next video, which does get annoying, and I understand, and it won't happen as often, I promise. But I thought this video would be funny, so that way you guys could see what it's like, I don't know, to sort of read comments about yourself all day, and what happens when people love you versus when they don't love your opinion. It's really like night and day. It's crazy. If I post my next reaction and I only praise Madonna in every song, the comments are just going to be how much they love me and how handsome I am and how anything. But then I say don't like her and it's you're the worst, you're ugly, you're stupid, you're dumb, etc. So anyways, I hope this was a fun video. If you guys liked this video, let me know. I could do more. If you didn't like this video, comment and let me know why so I can make another one. I'm just kidding. Just thought I'd try something new. I love all of you regardless of your mean comments, and I see that you go back and watch all of my videos even when you say you're never going to watch them again. Alright everyone, I'll see you guys in the next video. I just posted my tour reaction to the Reinvention tour, so go check it out if you like. I don't know, if you want honesty, I guess. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching, bye. Oh, and be kind.